Hidden within your mind is a canvas vast enough to hold galaxies, silent yet alive, waiting for your touch. The universe does not respond to idle wishes. It responds to the images you paint upon the inner screen with clarity, emotion, and unwavering faith. This is not daydreaming. This is the law of visualization, the sacred art of seeing the unseen so vividly, so completely, that reality has no choice but to mirror it back. The question is, are you ready to wield this power that shapes worlds? Introduction. The forgotten language of the universe. There is a language older than words, older than time itself, a language of images, symbols, and visions. It is the language the universe speaks fluently, the one it listens to without resistance. Before the first word was spoken, before the first story was told, there was visualization. The painter sees the masterpiece before the brush meets canvas. The architect walks the halls of the building before the first stone is laid. The healer envisions the body whole before the wound is closed. This is not imagination in the way you've been taught to dismiss it. This is creation. The law of visualization is not a modern discovery. It is an ancient principle, as timeless as the stars, as intimate as your next breath. The mystics knew it. The sages practiced it. The builders of pyramids, the dreamers of revolutions, the poets, the inventors, the creators of worlds, they all spoke this language, and so do you. Even if you've forgotten, even if you've doubted, this audiobook is your invitation to remember. You have been taught to look outward, to seek evidence in the world around you, but the true power lies inward, on the canvas of your mind, where images are not passive, they are commands. The universe responds to these commands, shaping the formless into form, the invisible into the visible. What you hold in your inner vision, with clarity, emotion, and persistence, must appear in your outer world. This is the unbreakable law. Yet, so many drift through life, visualizing unconsciously. They see failure, disappointment, limitation, and the universe, ever faithful, mirrors back what they hold. But here, you will learn to visualize deliberately, to choose the images you hold, to paint your inner canvas with the colors of your desires, the textures of your dreams, the light of your highest vision. Visualization is not wishful thinking. It is the blueprint. Just as a builder would never begin without a plan, you too must create the plan in your mind before life builds it in your reality. Every great creation began as a vision. Every invention, every movement, every transformation was once held in the mind's eye. But visualization alone is not enough. It must be infused with feeling, anchored in belief, repeated with devotion. It must become so vivid, so real within, that it feels inevitable without. This is the art of seeing beyond the senses, of living from the inside out. In the chapters to come, you will not only learn about the law of visualization, you will experience it. You will be guided to see with new eyes, to hold visions with such clarity and conviction that the world bends to reflect them. You will practice ancient techniques, hear stories of those who mastered this art, and most importantly, you will awaken the creator within. Because you are always visualizing, the question is, are you doing it consciously? This is the forgotten language, the bridge between thought and matter, the birthplace of every miracle, the law of visualization. And now, the canvas awaits. Chapter 1. The Canvas of the Mind, where creation begins. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing before a vast, boundless canvas. There are no edges, no limits, no frames to contain it. This is the canvas of your mind, the sacred space where creation begins, not in the world outside, but in the infinite expanse within. Upon this canvas, every thought paints a stroke, every feeling adds color, Every belief gives it form. And here is the truth whispered by sages and mystics through the ages. What you see on this inner canvas shapes the world you walk through each day. The law of visualization begins here. Before a single thing appears in your external reality, it first takes shape within the unseen. The chair you sit on was once an idea in the mind of its maker. The house you live in, the roads you travel, the clothes you wear, all once existed solely in the imagination of someone who dared to see it before it was ever built. Every invention, every discovery, every masterpiece began on the canvas of the mind. This is the sacred space where thought becomes the architect and imagination becomes the blueprint. But for many, this canvas remains blank, or worse. It is filled with images of fear, limitation, and lack. Unconsciously, they paint scenes of failure. They imagine scenarios of loss. They replay the patterns of the past. And the universe, ever faithful, mirrors back these inner visions into the tapestry of their lives. This is why so many feel trapped by circumstances, believing that life happens to them, not realizing that life is merely responding to the images they hold within. Let me share with you the story of Amir, a merchant in a bustling city who struggled for years with scarcity. No matter how hard he worked, how many hours he spent tending his shop, abundance seemed to slip through his fingers. One evening, a traveler passed through his market, observed his frustration, and spoke these words: "Your shop reflects the image you hold in your mind. Change the picture, and the world will change with it." At first, Amir dismissed these words as folly, but the thought lingered. That night, as he lay awake, he realized that every day he imagined struggle. He visualized customers passing him by. He anticipated rejection. And so, the next morning, Amir began a new ritual. Before opening his shop, he stood before his wares, closed his eyes, and saw customers entering, smiling, purchasing, leaving satisfied. He imagined his shelves full, his hands counting coins, his heart light with gratitude. The outer world didn't shift overnight, but within weeks, subtle changes began to occur. More customers appeared. Conversations flowed. Opportunities arose that he had never noticed before. And Amir understood. He had repainted the canvas of his mind, and the universe, as always, responded in kind. You see, visualization is not a passive act. It is the sacred work of creation. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you visualize with clarity and emotion, you activate the same neural pathways, the same responses in the body, as if the event were happening in the external world. This is the mechanism of manifestation. What you repeatedly hold in your mind, the universe begins to arrange and form. But the canvas of the mind must be tended with care. You cannot allow the random fears of the day, the doubts of yesterday, to paint the picture of your life. You must choose the images you hold. You must become the artist of your reality, selecting the colors of your thoughts, the shapes of your visions, the texture of your beliefs. The clearer and more vivid the image, the stronger the blueprint. Understand this. The universe speaks in images. Words may explain, but visualization commands. The canvas of the mind is where you instruct the quantum field, where you communicate with the unseen forces that shape your world. If your visions are blurred, the reality that forms will be blurred. If your visions are clear, precise, vivid, the universe cannot help but mirror that back to you. But here lies the sacred responsibility. You must choose what you see. You must be deliberate. You must return to the canvas daily, painting the life you wish to live, not the life dictated by fear, doubt, or circumstance. The law of visualization is not about escaping reality. It is about creating reality from the inside out. Consider the painter standing before the blank canvas. She does not wait for the image to appear by accident. She chooses each stroke, each color, each layer. She steps back, observes, adjusts, refines. So, too, must you tend the canvas of your mind. You must revisit it, refine it, repaint, when old images of limitation rise again. Let me offer you this truth. Every thought is a brushstroke upon the canvas of your life. Every feeling adds depth. Every belief shapes the final picture. And when you choose to visualize with intention, you become the master artist of your reality. The canvas of the mind is infinite. It holds galaxies. It holds dreams not yet born. And as you begin to paint with purpose, the universe begins to move. The outer world aligns. The invisible takes form. This is the law of visualization at work. Sacred practice. The morning canvas ritual. Each morning, before the noise of the day intrudes, find a quiet space. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Picture the canvas of your mind. Notice what images appear without effort. Are they aligned with your desires? Are they painted with love, abundance, and joy, or fear, doubt, and limitation? Now, choose. Select one desire, one vision that aligns with the life you wish to create. Paint it vividly in your mind. See the colors, the shapes, the details. Feel it as real. Allow yourself to step into the picture. Feel the emotion of it fulfilled. Let this be the first painting on your canvas each day. Return to it often. Tend to it. Refine it. And watch as the world responds. The canvas is yours. The brush is in your hand. Chapter 2. The Power of Vividness. Making your vision real. The universe does not respond to vague wishes or half-formed dreams. It listens to the clarity of your vision, the precision with which you hold the image of your desire. Vividness is the sacred force that transforms a fleeting thought into a living reality. To visualize vividly is to breathe life into your creation, to make the invisible so real within you that it must take shape without. This is the secret whispered by the masters of manifestation. The clearer your vision, the more precise the blueprint you offer the universe, the swifter the form will come. Imagine for a moment the difference between a blurred outline and a painting rich in color, texture, and detail. Which one feels alive? Which one pulls you into its world? So it is with your visualizations. A vague idea, a wish for more money or better health, lacks the detail that instructs the universe on what to build. But a vivid image, one where you see the numbers in your bank account, feel the crispness of the bills in your hand, hear the hum of your vibrant body filled with health. This is the image that commands creation. Let me share with you the story of Leona, a violinist who longed to perform in one of the world's great concert halls. For years, she practiced diligently, but her dreams remained distant, hazy. She would close her eyes and wish for success, but the vision flickered like a candle in the wind. One day, her mentor guided her into the practice of vivid visualization. "Don't just see yourself on stage," he said. "Feel the weight of the violin in your hands, smell the scent of the polished wood, hear the applause before it comes, taste the adrenaline, feel the heat of the stage lights on your skin." Leona began to enter her vision fully, engaging every sense. She saw the red velvet curtains, heard the echo of her music filling the hall, felt the exhilaration of connection with the audience. And within months, opportunities unfolded. She was invited to perform at venues she had once only dreamed of, not because the outer world suddenly changed, but because her inner vision became real. The universe could not help but respond to the vividness of her creation. You see, the power of vividness is not a mere embellishment. It is the key to making your visualization magnetic. The subconscious mind, the builder of your reality, responds not to words but to images saturated with emotion and detail. The more alive your visualization feels, the more powerfully it instructs your subconscious, the clearer the blueprint becomes for the universe to follow. But vividness is not only about sight, it is about engaging all your senses. To see is powerful, but to hear, feel, smell, taste, and sense, this is the full activation of your creative faculties. When you visualize vividly, you trick the mind into believing the experience is happening now. And because the subconscious does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real, it begins to shift your beliefs, your emotions, your actions, aligning you with the reality you hold within. This is why vividness matters. It is not enough to simply picture a scene in black and white. You must step into it, immerse yourself in it, make it so real within that your body responds. Your heart beats faster, your breath deepens, your emotions rise. This is the alchemy of creation, where thought meets feeling, where image meets emotion, where visualization becomes manifestation. Let me offer you this truth. The more vividly you visualize, the more real it becomes to your mind, your body, and your spirit. And when it feels real within, the universe must bring it into form without. This is the law of visualization in motion. Consider the architect who designs a building. She does not stop at a rough sketch. She creates blueprints rich in detail. She imagines how the sunlight will hit the walls at dawn. She walks through the space in her mind. So must you become the architect of your desires, crafting them with vivid precision, walking through them in your imagination until they feel like home. But vividness requires practice. The first time you visualize, the image may be faint, the senses dulled. Yet, like a muscle, the power of vividness grows stronger with use. Each time you return to your vision, add more detail, more color, more emotion. Over time, the scene becomes vibrant, alive, magnetic. And when doubt arises, as it surely will, return to the vividness. When the outer world seems unchanged, return to the richness of your inner world. For it is not the world outside that creates the vision. It is the vision that creates the world. Sacred practice, the vivid visualization ritual. Choose a desire you wish to bring into form. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and step into the scene of its fulfillment. Engage all your senses. See the colors, the shapes, the light. Hear the sounds that surround you, the voices, the music, the subtle whispers. Feel the textures, the ground beneath your feet, the breeze on your skin. Smell the scents, taste the air, feel the emotions that arise. Make the scene so vivid, so alive, that it becomes more real than the world outside. Hold this vision for several minutes, allowing it to imprint deeply upon your subconscious. Return to this ritual daily, adding layers of detail, feeling, and clarity. The clearer the image, the stronger the pull. The more vivid the vision, the sooner it takes form. Chapter 3. Feeling the Vision. Emotion as the magnet of manifestation. Within the sacred chamber of your heart lies the most potent force of creation, the energy of emotion. While the canvas of your mind holds the vision, it is emotion that breathes life into that vision, animating it, charging it, making it magnetic. The universe does not respond solely to the pictures you hold. It responds to the feelings those pictures evoke. Feeling is the electricity that powers your visualization, the silent frequency that calls your desires into form. This is the hidden key many overlook. They see the vision, but they do not feel it. And without feeling, the image remains a hollow shell, a blueprint unbuilt. The law of visualization is not just about seeing, it is about being moved by what you see. Your feelings are the language the universe understands most clearly. They are your magnetic signature, the energy that transmits from your heart into the field of all possibilities. Every feeling, joy, gratitude, love, peace, sends a signal to the universe, shaping the experiences drawn to you. And when these feelings are infused into your visualization, you create a force that the universe cannot resist. Consider the story of Samuel, a young man who visualized a successful business, imagining the logo, the storefront, the transactions. But his vision remained dry, mechanical, devoid of life. No matter how often he visualized, nothing shifted. One day, a mentor asked him, "When you see your vision, do you feel it?" Samuel paused. He realized he had been approaching visualization like a checklist, focusing on the image but ignoring the emotion. He was missing the heartbeat of creation. So Samuel began again. This time, as he saw his business thriving, he felt the exhilaration of achievement. He felt the pride of serving others, the joy of contribution, the gratitude of abundance. The picture remained the same, but the energy transformed. His body responded, his breath deepened, his heart quickened. And as the emotion infused the vision, life began to mirror it. Opportunities arose, clients appeared, and Samuel stepped into the very scene he had once only imagined. You see, emotion is the magnet of manifestation. The law of visualization teaches that it is not enough to hold the picture. You must feel the fulfillment of that picture as if it is already real. The subconscious mind, the engine of creation, responds to feeling states more powerfully than to words or images alone. When you feel joy while visualizing, you imprint that joy onto the blueprint of your desire. When you feel gratitude, you signal that the manifestation is already done, already received. Let me offer you this truth. Feeling is the confirmation signal to the universe. When you feel the emotion of your desire fulfilled, you align your vibration with its reality. And the universe, ever faithful, matches that vibration with corresponding experiences. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the magnetic pull. This is why emotion is not just an accessory to visualization. It is the engine that powers it. But how do you cultivate this feeling when the outer world seems unchanged? The answer lies in the practice of emotional rehearsal. Just as you rehearse the image in your mind, you can rehearse the feeling in your body. You can choose to feel joy, to feel love, to feel gratitude, not in reaction to what is, but as a cause that draws what will be. This is the reversal of the world's teaching. The world says, feel happy when things go well. But the law of visualization teaches, feel happy and things will go well. Consider the actor preparing for a role. She does not merely memorize the lines. She steps into the character, feels the emotions, embodies the experience. So must you become the actor of your own vision, stepping into the role of your fulfilled desire, feeling the emotions as if the scene is already unfolding. When you do this, you send a signal to the subconscious, to the quantum field, that this is your reality. Let me remind you, the universe responds to the energy you emit, and emotion is the purest form of energy. The thought creates the blueprint, but the feeling is the builder. Together, they summon the experiences, the people, the opportunities that align with your vision. This is the sacred union of thought and feeling, the divine marriage that births manifestation. But this requires practice, for the mind may wander and the heart may resist. Old patterns may rise, whispering doubts, replaying past disappointments. Yet with each return to the vision, each cultivation of feeling, you reprogram the subconscious, you shift your vibration, you become the magnet for your desire. And here lies the beauty. The feeling of your desire is already within you. You need not wait for the outer world to grant it. You can generate it now, ignite it within, and let it fuel your visualization. The joy of your dream fulfilled, the gratitude of receiving, the peace of knowing. It is all within reach, waiting for you to activate it. Sacred practice. The emotional amplification ritual. Begin by closing your eyes and visualizing your desire fulfilled. See the scene clearly. Then, bring your focus to the feeling. Ask yourself, what emotion would I feel if this were real right now? Is it joy, relief, gratitude, excitement? Allow that emotion to rise within you. Breathe into it. Let it expand through your chest, your body, your being. Hold this feeling state for several minutes. If the image begins to fade, return to the emotion. Let it amplify. Let it radiate. This is the magnet that draws your vision into form. Return to this ritual daily. With each repetition, the feeling grows stronger and the magnetic pull of your manifestation becomes irresistible. Chapter 4. The Subconscious Portal. Imprinting your vision for lasting change. Beneath the surface of your conscious thoughts lies a vast, fertile field. The subconscious mind. It is here, in this unseen realm, that your visualizations take root, that your beliefs are housed, that your patterns are formed. The subconscious is the silent partner in your creation process, the portal through which your visions pass to become tangible reality. It does not argue, it does not reason, it simply accepts and creates based on the impressions it receives. And herein lies the profound power of visualization. For every image you hold, every feeling you infuse, every scene you repeat, plants a seed within this fertile soil. The law of visualization operates at the level of the subconscious. It is not the fleeting thoughts of the day, nor the surface-level affirmations that shape your life most deeply. It is the repeated images and feelings that penetrate to the subconscious that mold the patterns of your reality. The subconscious is like the earth. It does not question the seed you plant. Whether you plant seeds of abundance or scarcity, joy or fear, the subconscious nurtures them and brings forth a harvest accordingly. Consider for a moment the process of planting. The farmer does not dig up the seed each day to check its progress. She trusts the soil, she waters, she nurtures, knowing that beneath the surface life is forming. So it is with your visualizations. Once impressed upon the subconscious, the vision takes root, drawing to it the resources, the opportunities, the circumstances that align with it. But you must ensure that the seed is planted deeply, that the image is clear, felt, and repeated enough to bypass the conscious mind and reach the subconscious. Let me share with you the story of Raphael, a musician who longed to perform before thousands but felt trapped by self-doubt. No matter how vividly he visualized, the old patterns of "I'm not good enough" whispered louder. His mentor, recognizing this, guided him to imprint the vision deeper. "Your conscious mind doubts," the mentor said, "but your subconscious can be trained." And so Raphael began the sacred practice of visualization at the edge of sleep. When the conscious mind quieted and the subconscious portal stood open. Each night, as Raphael drifted between waking and sleep, he visualized himself standing on stage, feeling the music flow through him, hearing the crowd's applause. He did not simply think it, he felt it, again and again, until the vision softened into his subconscious. And over weeks, something shifted. The self-doubt faded, replaced by a quiet confidence. Opportunities arose. His performances flourished. The vision had been imprinted, and the subconscious responded. This is the sacred art of imprinting, repetition with feeling at the moments when the subconscious is most receptive. And the most potent times are just before sleep and just upon waking, when the brainwaves slow, when the gatekeeper of the conscious mind relaxes, allowing the vision to slip into the depths where true change begins. Understand this. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and vividly imagined. When you visualize with feeling, especially in these sacred moments, you bypass the critical mind and plant the seed directly into the creative soil. This is why visualization done consistently, especially at night or upon waking, yields powerful results. You are not fighting with logic, you are feeding the subconscious a new blueprint. But the subconscious also responds to symbols, rituals, and emotions. It is not a logical machine. It is a living force that communicates through images, patterns, and feelings. This is why repetition matters. The more often you visualize the same scene with clarity and emotion, the deeper the imprint. The stronger the imprint, the more automatic the alignment between your inner vision and your outer experience. Let me offer this truth. The subconscious mind is always creating. The question is, are you directing what it creates, or are you allowing old patterns and external influences to plant seeds for you? The law of visualization teaches you to become the deliberate sower of seeds, choosing the images, feelings, and visions that shape your life. Consider the subconscious as a river beneath the surface. Your conscious mind may sail upon its surface, but it is the currents below that determine the direction. By imprinting your visualizations into the subconscious, you redirect those currents, aligning them with the life you wish to create. But this takes practice. The subconscious is vast and deep. It responds to consistent repetition, to feeling-laden images, to symbolic gestures that affirm the new reality. And once the subconscious accepts the new vision, it goes to work without resistance, rearranging circumstances, influencing behaviors, and drawing opportunities that align with the new blueprint. Sacred practice. The subconscious imprinting ritual. Each night before sleep, enter a quiet space. Close your eyes. Visualize your desire fulfilled. See it, feel it, engage all your senses. Let this be the final image your subconscious receives before drifting into the fertile realm of sleep. As you visualize, infuse the scene with gratitude. Speak aloud or silently, "Thank you for this reality. It is done." This practice imprints the vision deeply, allowing it to root in the subconscious. Upon waking, revisit the vision for a few moments, reaffirming its presence in your inner landscape. The subconscious portal is open, the seeds are planted. Trust the soil. Chapter 5. Repetition as Ritual. Reinforcing the vision daily. Creation does not happen in a single moment. Like the slow unfolding of a rose or the steady rising of the sun, manifestation is a process of repetition, a ritual of returning again and again to the vision you have planted. This is the law of reinforcement, the understanding that what you feed consistently grows. Just as water nourishes the seed and sunlight coaxes the sprout into bloom, so too does repetition nourish the seeds you plant in the subconscious mind, guiding them toward the light of manifestation. The law of visualization teaches that one vivid image, seen once, may stir the heart, but it is repetition that makes it real. Repetition is the chiseling tool that carves new patterns into the subconscious, the steady drumbeat that sends the same message to the universe until it responds in kind. The subconscious mind learns through consistency. It trusts what is repeated. It accepts what is familiar. And through repetition, you make the unfamiliar. Abundance, love, health become the new familiar. This is how you rewrite the code of your inner world, reshaping the patterns that govern your outer life. Consider the story of Elena, a teacher who longed to transform her life but struggled to hold her vision steady. She would visualize in bursts of enthusiasm, only to let days or weeks slip by. Her dreams remained distant, intangible, like mist in the morning sun. One evening, a mentor shared the key. Treat your vision as sacred. Return to it daily. Make it a ritual, not an afterthought. Elena took this to heart. Each morning and evening, she returned to her visualization, not out of duty, but as a sacred practice. She saw her desires as if they were already real, felt them, honored them, repeated them. Over time, her subconscious began to accept the new images. Her actions shifted, her choices aligned, and the outer world reflected the inner ritual she had cultivated. The dream that once felt elusive became her living reality. This is the power of repetition. It is not mindless repetition, but ritualistic repetition. Returning to your vision with reverence, with emotion, with belief. Each time you visualize, each time you feel the vision fulfilled, you strengthen the neural pathways in your brain, you fortify the patterns in your subconscious. This is the science behind the sacred. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity becomes belief. And the subconscious always seeks to manifest what it believes to be true. Let me offer you this truth. Repetition transforms desire into belief. A fleeting desire is like a whisper lost in the wind, but a repeated visualization, charged with emotion, becomes a command to the subconscious, a decree to the universe. It says, "This is my reality, this is who I am, this is what I allow." The universe responds not to fleeting wishes, but to the consistency of your vibration, to the repetition of your signal. But repetition is not about force. It is about flow. It is about returning to your vision with love, with joy, with devotion. Like a musician practicing a song until it becomes second nature, or a dancer repeating steps until the body moves effortlessly, so too must you return to your visualization until it feels natural, until it becomes part of you. Consider the sculptor shaping clay. Each pass of the hand refines the form. Each return to the wheel shapes the masterpiece. Your visualization is the clay, and repetition is your hand. With each return, the image becomes clearer, more defined, more alive. This is the sacred ritual of reinforcement, the practice of carving your desires into the stone of reality. But here lies the sacred balance. Repetition without emotion becomes routine. To truly activate the law of visualization, your repetition must be alive, charged with feeling, vividness, belief. The subconscious responds to repeated emotional experiences, not hollow words or dry images. This is why each return to your vision must be a ritual, a moment of connection between you and the life you are creating. Let me remind you, repetition is the builder of faith. Each time you return to your visualization, you anchor yourself more deeply in the reality of your desire. The outer world may not yet reflect the image, but your inner world begins to believe it. And when the subconscious believes, the universe responds. This is the sacred rhythm of creation. Visualize, feel, repeat. With each cycle, the signal grows stronger. With each repetition, the vision becomes reality. Sacred practice, the daily reinforcement ritual. Designate 2 sacred times each day, morning and evening, to return to your visualization. Treat these moments as rituals, not routines. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and see your desire fulfilled. Engage all your senses. Feel the emotions, joy, gratitude, love. Repeat the scene as vividly as possible. As you visualize, speak a simple affirmation. This is my reality. I am grateful. It is done. Allow these sessions to be consistent. Return each day, even if only for a few minutes. With each repetition, you reinforce the vision, you strengthen the signal, you build the bridge between thought and form. The ritual shapes the reality. The repetition builds the belief. Chapter 6. Symbols and Anchors. Empowering your visualization with sacred tools. Beyond the spoken word, beneath the conscious thought, there exists a language of symbols, a sacred dialect that the subconscious mind understands instinctively. This language does not require translation. It bypasses logic, weaving itself directly into the fabric of your subconscious, activating patterns, shaping beliefs, and guiding manifestation. The law of visualization becomes exponentially more powerful when paired with symbols and anchors, tools that embed your desires deep into your psyche, empowering your visualization with layers of meaning that transcend the surface mind. Symbols are ancient technology. Long before alphabets were carved, before stories were told in words, the mystics and sages used images, shapes, and patterns to communicate with the universe and with the subconscious. A circle spoke of wholeness and completion. A triangle represented growth and manifestation. A spiral whispered of expansion and evolution. These were not mere decorations, they were portals, keys to unlock the subconscious, allowing the flow of energy between the inner and outer worlds. Let me offer you the story of Nala, a healer who understood the power of symbols but had never considered using them in her visualization practice. She struggled to hold her visions consistently, her mind often wandering, her focus fading. One day, guided by an elder, she was introduced to the symbol of the spiral, a representation of continual growth and inward-outward expansion. The elder instructed her to draw the spiral each morning as she began her visualization, tracing it slowly with her finger as she envisioned her desires unfolding. As Nala incorporated this symbol into her daily ritual, something shifted. The spiral became an anchor, drawing her deeper into her vision, holding her focus, aligning her subconscious with the flow of creation. Her visions grew more vivid, her emotions stronger, and within months, the changes she sought began to manifest. Not because the symbol had magic in itself, but because it activated the subconscious in a way that words alone could not. This is the power of symbols. They act as shortcuts to the subconscious, carrying meaning, energy, and intention beneath the radar of conscious thought. When paired with visualization, they amplify the signal, reinforcing the message you send to the universe. The subconscious mind speaks in imagery, dreams, patterns, symbols, and by integrating these sacred tools into your practice, you align your visualization with the native language of your inner world. But symbols alone are not enough. You must also create anchors, tangible triggers that connect you back to your vision throughout the day. An anchor can be anything: a piece of jewelry, a stone, a note, a scent, a sound that reminds you of your visualization, bringing it back into your awareness and reinforcing the emotional connection. These anchors serve as touchstones, drawing you back to alignment, reactivating the energy of your desire even when the outer world seeks to pull you away. Consider Marcus, a man who longed to manifest peace amidst the chaos of daily life. His visualizations were powerful in the morning, but the demands of the day often scattered his focus. He chose a simple anchor, a smooth stone etched with a wave symbol, to carry in his pocket. Every time his hand touched the stone, he returned to his vision of peace, allowing the anchor to reconnect him to the emotion of his desire. This physical reminder kept his signal consistent, aligning him with his vision no matter where he was. Let me offer you this truth. Symbols and anchors bridge the gap between the inner vision and the outer world. They keep the thread of manifestation alive, holding the energy steady, reinforcing the blueprint imprinted in your subconscious. By integrating symbols into your visualizations and anchors into your daily life, you empower your practice, making it not just a momentary exercise but a living ritual that walks with you through every moment. But the most potent symbols are the ones that hold personal meaning for you. While ancient symbols carry collective resonance, the images and objects that evoke powerful emotions within your own heart are the most effective. A photograph of a place you long to visit, a shape that speaks to your soul, a word that ignites your spirit. These are your keys. Use them. Place them where you see them. Touch them. Let them be constant reminders that the unseen is always becoming the seen. In this way, visualization moves from the private chamber of your mind into the sacred dance of your daily life. The symbols whisper to your subconscious, the anchors steady your vibration, and the vision grows stronger with every passing day. Sacred practice. The symbol and anchor ritual. Choose a symbol that represents your desire. It could be universal, a circle for wholeness, a triangle for growth, or personal, an image or object that ignites your vision. Integrate this symbol into your visualization practice. Draw it, wear it, gaze upon it as you hold your vision. Next, select an anchor, a physical item that you can carry or place somewhere prominent. Every time you touch or see this anchor, pause for a breath, reconnect with your vision, feel the emotion of its fulfillment. Let this anchor tether you to your visualization, keeping your vibration steady, your signal strong. The symbol speaks, the anchor reminds. Together, they empower your creation. Chapter 7. The Gateway of Belief. Aligning your inner faith with your vision. At the heart of every manifestation lies a sacred question, whispered beneath every visualization, beneath every spoken word and every painted image. Do you believe it is possible? This is the silent gatekeeper of creation, the one that either opens the floodgates to your desires or bars them with invisible walls. Belief is the soil in which your visualizations are planted. You may craft the most vivid images, infuse them with emotion, repeat them with devotion, but if they rest on the barren ground of doubt, they wither before they bloom. The law of visualization requires more than seeing. It requires believing in what you see. The subconscious mind, the builder of your reality, does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you believe. Belief is the confirmation signal, the energy that says, "This is my truth." It is the alignment of your inner world with your outer vision. Without it, visualization becomes a hollow exercise, an empty picture that never finds form. But with belief, even the smallest seed of desire takes root and flourishes into reality. Consider the story of Eli, a craftsman who dreamed of expanding his small business into a thriving enterprise. He visualized success daily, seeing the bustling workshop, hearing the chatter of customers, feeling the satisfaction of growth, yet something always seemed to block the flow. His visions were vivid, but his belief was fractured. Deep down, he questioned if he was worthy, if success was meant for him. No matter how often he visualized, these hidden doubts created a wall between his desire and its manifestation. One evening, a wise friend spoke the words that unlocked the gate. "You must believe your vision is already true for it to become so." Eli realized that his inner dialogue, his unconscious beliefs, were contradicting his visualizations. His mind painted a picture of abundance, but his heart whispered of scarcity. And so, he began the true work, not only visualizing but aligning his beliefs with his vision. He affirmed daily, "I am worthy of success. I trust the process. My vision is unfolding." Slowly, the inner walls crumbled, his faith strengthened, and with it, the outer world shifted. The expansion he once doubted became his lived experience. This is the gateway of belief. It is the bridge between visualization and manifestation. The subconscious does not respond to empty images. It responds to the feeling of certainty, to the knowing that what you hold in your mind is already real. Belief is the magnet that pulls the vision from the invisible into the visible. Without belief, the signal sent to the universe is weak, distorted. But with belief, the signal is clear, unwavering, and the universe responds in kind. Let me offer you this sacred truth. Belief is a choice. It is not something you wait for, not something that must be proven by the outer world before you claim it. It is the inner stance, the decision to trust in what you see within, even when the outer world has not yet reflected it. This is the paradox of creation. You must believe first, and then the evidence appears. The world teaches the opposite, that seeing is believing. But the law of visualization reveals believing is seeing. But how do you cultivate belief when doubt has taken root? You begin by repetition. Just as a path is worn smooth by walking it daily, so too is belief strengthened by consistent affirmation and visualization. You remind yourself daily that your vision is possible. You speak it aloud. I believe in my vision. I trust its unfolding. I am aligned with my highest good. And slowly, the belief grows. The subconscious begins to accept it as truth, and as it does, your actions align, your choices shift, and the outer world mirrors this inner certainty. Consider belief as the foundation of a house. Without it, the walls collapse, the roof cannot hold. But with a strong foundation, every beam, every window, every detail stands firm. Your visualization is the design, the blueprint, but belief is the ground upon which it is built. Let me remind you, belief is a state of being. It is not always loud or forceful. Sometimes it is a quiet knowing, a peaceful trust that what you hold in your heart is already on its way. This trust sends a signal to the universe that you are aligned, that you are ready to receive. But belief is not static. It must be nurtured, reinforced, revisited. When doubts rise, and they will, return to your visualization, return to your symbols, return to your anchors, return to your emotions. These are the tools that fortify belief, that remind you of the truth that lies beneath the noise. The gateway of belief stands open for those who choose to walk through. The question is, will you step forward? Will you choose to believe in your vision even when the world has yet to reflect it? Will you hold the inner certainty that what you see within must come to pass? This is the sacred invitation. This is the gateway of belief. Sacred practice, the belief alignment ritual. Each day, as you visualize your desire fulfilled, speak a simple yet powerful affirmation aloud. I believe in my vision. I trust its unfolding. I am worthy to receive. As you repeat this, feel the certainty of it within. Even if doubt arises, continue. Let the repetition carve new pathways in your mind, fortifying your belief. Pair this ritual with evidence seeking. Each day, notice small signs that affirm your belief. A conversation, an opportunity, a synchronicity. Celebrate these as proof that your vision is becoming reality. The more you believe, the more you receive. The gateway stands open. Chapter 8: The Power of Presence. Becoming the embodiment of your vision. There comes a point in the sacred journey of visualization where seeing is no longer enough, where imagining, feeling, and believing must culminate in being. This is the realm of presence, the living state where you are not merely the observer of your vision but the embodiment of it. The law of visualization reaches its fullest power when you move from thinking about your desire to becoming it, when you carry the vibration of its fulfillment in every breath, every movement, every word you speak. This is the essence of presence, to walk as if your vision is already real, to align your energy so completely with your desire that the universe can do nothing but reflect it back. Presence is not a performance. It is not about pretending or forcing. It is a state of being, a frequency you choose to inhabit. It is the difference between wishing for something and living from the reality of it. The subconscious mind responds most powerfully to states of being, for it does not separate imagination from reality. It only responds to the dominant vibration you hold. And when your presence reflects the fulfilled vision, your subconscious aligns, your actions align, and the universe aligns. Consider the story of Maya, a woman who longed for deep, soulful love. She visualized her partner, felt the joy of connection, affirmed her worthiness. Yet, in her daily life, she carried the energy of longing, of waiting, of absence. Her outer world mirrored this vibration. Opportunities came and went, but the deeper connection she sought remained elusive. One day, a guide shared the secret. Become the vibration of love. Don't wait for it. Be it. Maya began to embody the love she desired. She dressed, spoke, and moved as someone already loved deeply. She radiated warmth, listened with presence, smiled as if love overflowed from within her. And as she shifted her presence, the world shifted with her. The love she once sought appeared not as an accident, but as a reflection of the state she chose to embody. This is the power of presence. Your visualization is the seed, but presence is the soil in which it grows. You must become the person who has already received your desire. If you seek abundance, walk with the posture of prosperity. If you seek health, move as one who is whole. If you seek love, radiate the frequency of connection. The universe mirrors your state of being, not your wishes. Let me offer you this truth. Presence is the ultimate act of faith. It is the decision to live from the end, to carry yourself as the person who already holds what you desire. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is the embodied signal that says, I am ready, I am available, I am this now. The universe cannot help but respond to this clarity, this certainty. But presence must be practiced. It is easy to slip back into the posture of waiting, the energy of lack. This is why you must return to your vision, return to your anchors, return to the feeling of fulfillment, and then carry that energy into your day. Each time you notice yourself slipping into doubt or waiting, pause, breathe, re-embody your vision. Adjust your posture, your tone, your mindset, until you are once again living from the reality you seek to create. Consider the actor preparing for a role. She does not simply memorize the lines. She becomes the character, walks as they would, feels as they would. So too must you become the character of your fulfilled vision, stepping fully into the role until it is no longer a role. It is who you are. This is the embodiment of your vision. To be the person who has already received, to speak, to move, to act as if the visualization has crossed from thought into form. This is where visualization becomes manifestation. But presence is not about perfection. It is about alignment. Some days you will feel it strongly. Other days, the outer world may tempt you to slip back into old patterns. This is why presence is a practice, a continual returning, a steady alignment, a daily choice to inhabit your vision. Let me remind you, presence transforms visualization from an inner exercise into an outer reality. When you become the embodiment of your desire, you align your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions into a single, powerful vibration. And the universe always responds to the consistency of your being. Sacred practice, the embodiment ritual. Each morning, after visualizing your desire fulfilled, take a few moments to ask yourself, how would I carry myself if this were already true? Adjust your posture, your breath, your energy. Walk as if your desire has arrived. Speak from the frequency of fulfillment. Move through your day embodying the reality you are creating. When doubt or lack arise, pause, breathe, realign with presence. Return to the embodiment of your vision, knowing that being it now is the bridge that calls it forth into form. Presence is power. Presence is the bridge. Chapter 9. The Power of the Present Moment, Visualizing from the Now. The greatest illusion that holds back the manifestation of your desires is the belief that your vision belongs to some distant future. You imagine that one day, sometime, somehow, your dreams will come true. But the law of visualization reveals a deeper truth. Creation happens only in the present moment. There is no other time. The past is a memory, the future is a projection, but now is the fertile ground where seeds are planted, where visions take root, where energy moves into form. When you visualize from the now, you collapse the illusion of time. You stop pushing your desire into the future and instead claim it as your reality here and now. This is the power that transforms visualization from wishful thinking into magnetic creation. The subconscious mind, that silent builder of your reality, responds to present tense images, to now, feelings, to the current state of being. It does not understand someday. It understands now. Consider the story of Leaf, an aspiring athlete who dreamed of competing at the highest level. He visualized his success daily, but always in the language of the future. One day, I will win. One day, I will stand victorious. But the energy of the future remained out of reach, always moving just ahead of him. A mentor observed this and offered a sacred teaching. See yourself as that now. Feel it in this moment. Leaf began to shift his visualization. He no longer pictured success as a distant event, but as something unfolding right now. He felt the victory in his bones, saw himself already there, heard the cheers as if they were happening in this instant, and the energy shifted. His subconscious began to align, his actions sharpened, his confidence grew. The future he once chased came swiftly to meet him because he claimed it in the present moment. This is the secret of visualizing from the now. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It only responds to the dominant emotional and visual input. And when you feel your vision as real now, when you see it unfolding now, you send a signal of completion, of certainty, that draws the manifestation into your life. Let me offer you this truth. The only power you have is in this moment. The past holds no power except the meaning you give it, and the future is shaped by what you do now. When you visualize your desires as if they are happening in the present, you command the universe with clarity. You tell the quantum field, "This is my reality now." And the universe responds not to future wants but to present being. But to visualize from the now requires a shift in awareness. You must let go of the story that your desires are always ahead of you. You must release the habit of thinking in terms of someday or if only. Instead, you step into the energy of already fulfilled, already here, already yours. This is not about denying what is, but about choosing to focus your creative power on the reality you are calling forth. Consider the artist painting a masterpiece. She does not dream of the painting finished in some distant time. She holds the vision now, feels the brush in her hand now, and each stroke is infused with the energy of creation in this moment. So must you hold your visualization, see the scene unfolding now. Feel the emotions now, hear the sounds, sense the textures, breathe in the sense of your fulfilled vision now. Let me remind you, visualization is the act of bringing the future into the present. It is the sacred bridge that collapses time, allowing you to experience your desires as already here. And the more you live in the energy of now, the faster the universe aligns to bring your outer world into harmony with your inner state. But this requires practice, for the mind loves to wander into the past or project into the future. Each time you visualize, bring yourself back to the now. Feel the weight of your desire fulfilled in this moment. Claim it as your truth here and now. The subconscious listens. The universe responds. This is the power of the present moment. It is the only point of power. It is the only place where creation happens. And when you visualize from the now, you become the vessel of manifestation, drawing the unseen into form through the portal of the present. Sacred practice. The present moment visualization. Each day, as you begin your visualization, speak aloud or silently. This is happening now. I am experiencing this now. I am this now. Then, step fully into your vision. Engage your senses. See, feel, hear, touch, taste your desire as if it is happening in this moment. Do not place it in the future. Anchor it here, in the now. If your mind drifts into someday thinking, gently return, breathe, reaffirm. This is my reality now. The present moment is the canvas. The now is the point of power. Chapter 10. Inspired Action. Walking in harmony with your vision. In the sacred dance of creation, there comes a moment when the inner vision calls for outer movement, where what you see, feel, and believe within must be echoed by the steps you take without. This is the realm of inspired action, not forced labor or frantic striving, but the gentle, powerful steps aligned with the vibration of your desire. The law of visualization does not suggest that you sit idle, waiting for the universe to drop your dreams into your lap. Rather, it teaches that when you hold your vision vividly, when you feel it deeply, and when you believe in its unfolding, the right actions will arise from within, effortless, guided, and aligned. But there is a sacred difference between inspired action and reactionary doing. The world often teaches that more effort equals more results, that hustling, grinding, and pushing will force reality to comply. But the law of visualization whispers a deeper truth. Aligned action is more powerful than endless effort. When you take action from a place of alignment with your vision, your steps become magnified, your energy multiplied, your path smoothed by unseen hands. These actions are not forced. They flow naturally from the state of being you cultivate through visualization. Consider the story of Daniel, a writer who longed to publish his first novel. He visualized daily, felt the joy of holding the finished book, heard the praise of readers. Yet for months, he sat paralyzed by overwhelm, unsure of where to begin. His mind demanded that he write tirelessly, mark it relentlessly, push himself until exhaustion. But his heart remained still, disconnected. One evening, after his visualization practice, a quiet idea surfaced. Write just one page today. It felt light, natural, inspired. He followed that gentle nudge, and the next day, another page came. Over weeks, the book took form, not through force but through aligned steps that arose from his connection to his vision. This is the essence of inspired action. It arises from the vibration of your visualization, from the state of alignment you create. It is not about doing more, but about doing what aligns. The subconscious mind, when imprinted with your vision, begins to nudge you toward the right actions, opening doors, guiding your steps. These actions feel natural, joyful, sometimes even surprising. They come with a sense of ease, not struggle. Let me offer you this truth. Action is the bridge between the inner and the outer worlds. Visualization creates the blueprint. Emotion fuels the vision. Belief anchors it. Presence embodies it. But action builds the bridge. And when that action arises from a place of alignment, it becomes a sacred step in the manifestation process. But how do you discern inspired action from forced effort? You listen. You tune into the feeling. Inspired actions feel expansive even if they challenge you. They carry a sense of flow, of rightness. Forced actions feel heavy, strained, born from fear or desperation. The difference is in the energy, in the alignment with your vision. After your visualization practice, sit in stillness. Ask, what is one step I can take today that aligns with this vision? Then listen. Not to the noise of the world, but to the quiet voice within. Sometimes the action will be bold, sometimes it will be simple, but it will always feel aligned. Consider the gardener planting seeds. She does not rip the soil apart or force the plants to grow faster. She takes timely, inspired actions, watering, tending, nurturing, guided by the rhythms of nature. So must you take inspired action, trusting that each step, though small, is aligned with the unfolding of your vision. Let me remind you, the universe meets you halfway. Your visualization sends the signal, and inspired action opens the door. Opportunities arise, synchronicities align, but you must be willing to walk the path. The law of visualization teaches that the outer world responds to your inner alignment and your willingness to act upon the guidance that arises. But action need not be grand. A phone call, an email, a conversation, a shift in posture, a new habit, these can be the seeds of manifestation. Trust that each aligned step leads you closer to the vision you hold. The universe is not measuring the size of your actions, but the alignment of your energy. This is the sacred balance. Visualize and act, feel and move, believe and build. Together, they form the path of manifestation. Sacred practice, the inspired action ritual. After your visualization, sit quietly. Place your hand over your heart and ask, what is one aligned step I can take today? Listen for the gentle nudge, the inner guidance. Trust what arises, even if it feels small or unexpected. Take that action with presence, knowing it is part of the bridge between your vision and your reality. At the end of the day, reflect. Did I walk in alignment with my vision today? Celebrate each step. Every action taken in alignment is a stone placed on the path of creation. Chapter 11. Synchronicities and Signs. Reading the universe's response to your vision. The universe is not silent. It speaks in symbols, patterns, and perfect timing. When you enter the sacred practice of visualization, when you plant your desires deeply into the subconscious, when you align your energy through belief, feeling, and presence, the universe begins to respond. And that response often comes not as a booming voice or an obvious path, but as synchronicities, those seemingly random coincidences that align too perfectly to be chance. They are the signs that your vision is taking form, that your energy is resonating with the field of infinite possibilities. The law of visualization is not a solitary journey. It is a conversation with the universe, and synchronicities are its reply. But to hear this reply, you must become a listener, attuned to the subtle shifts in your world. You must learn to read the signs, to recognize when the universe is reflecting back the energy of your visualization. The more you visualize, the more you align, the more frequent these signs become. They might come as repeating numbers on a clock. 11, 11, 222, 333. As a song lyric that answers a question, as a chance meeting that opens a door, as a recurring theme or symbol that appears in various forms. These are not random, they are reflections. They are the universe confirming your alignment. Consider the story of Amina, a woman visualizing a new career path. She held her vision daily, feeling the excitement of fulfilling work, the joy of contribution. One morning, as she sipped her coffee, she overheard a conversation about a job opening in her dream field. Later that day, the same company's name appeared in an article she stumbled upon. The next week, a friend casually mentioned knowing someone at that very organization. These were not accidents. They were synchronicities, signs that her visualization was activating the field, that her desires were moving toward form. You see, synchronicities are the universe's way of saying, keep going. You're aligned. The vision is unfolding. They are encouragements, confirmations, guides, but to receive them, you must pay attention. Many miss these sacred nudges because they are too focused on the final outcome, blind to the steps along the way. But the law of visualization teaches that manifestation is not just about the end, it is about the unfolding, the journey, the signs that light the path. Let me offer you this truth. Synchronicities are proof that your inner world is shaping your outer world. When you visualize consistently, when you feel your vision as real, when you believe deeply, the energy field shifts. The quantum realm begins to organize itself, and the reflections come through signs, symbols, alignments. These are the threads of connection between your inner state and the outer experience. But you must also trust the timing. Not every sign means immediate arrival. Some synchronicities are breadcrumbs, leading you toward your desire. Others are mirrors, reflecting your current state. And still others are invitations, nudges to adjust, to stay the course, to deepen your practice. The key is to remain open, receptive, and curious. Consider the fisherman casting his net. He watches the ripples, feels the current, notices the shifts in the water. So must you become the observer, reading the flow of your reality, attuned to the responses of the universe. Every synchronicity is a ripple, every sign a current that guides you toward your vision. But do not fall into the trap of forcing meaning onto every event. Not every coincidence is a sign, but when your intuition stirs, when you feel that gentle knowing within, trust it. The subconscious mind, connected to the quantum field, recognizes the language of synchronicity. Listen with your heart, not just your mind. Let me remind you, synchronicities and signs are part of the manifestation process. They are not the destination, they are the confirmation that you are on the path. When you begin to notice them, celebrate. Give thanks. This gratitude amplifies your vibration, deepens your alignment, and accelerates the unfolding of your vision. This is the sacred dialogue. You visualize, the universe responds. You act, the universe reflects. And in this dance, synchronicities become the music, guiding you step by step toward your desire. Sacred practice, the synchronicity awareness ritual. Each evening, reflect on your day. Ask yourself, where did the universe respond today? Look for synchronicities, signs, patterns, repeating numbers, symbols, conversations, unexpected opportunities. Write them down in a synchronicity journal, acknowledge them, give thanks for them. Let this ritual deepen your awareness of the dialogue between your visualization and the universe's response. The signs are there. The path is unfolding. Chapter 12. Trusting the process. Patience as the fertile ground for manifestation. In the Garden of Creation, one of the most profound yet overlooked principles is the necessity of trust. The law of visualization is a law of sowing and reaping, of planting visions into the subconscious and allowing them to take form in their own divine timing. Yet, so often, we become entangled in the web of impatience, watching the soil, demanding that the seeds sprout faster, digging up the roots to check if anything is happening. This, my friend, disrupts the natural flow. The universe works in rhythms, in cycles unseen by the hurried eye, and trusting the process is the soil in which your dreams take root and flourish. Patience is not passive. It is an active alignment with trust, a deep knowing that your visualization, when nourished by belief and action, will bear fruit. It is the faithful resting in the invisible work that continues behind the scenes, even when nothing seems to change. The subconscious mind and the quantum field are always in motion, rearranging circumstances, aligning opportunities, bringing together the threads of manifestation. Your role is to sustain the vision, to keep the vibration steady, and to trust the unfolding. Consider the story of Arun, a farmer who understood the seasons. He planted his seeds with care, watered them faithfully, but never rushed the growth. He trusted the sun, the rain, the rhythms of the earth. He knew that harvest comes in its own time, and that impatience would not make the crops grow faster. In fact, too much disturbance, too much meddling could harm the process, so he waited, not in frustration but in faith, knowing that beneath the soil, life was forming. And when the time was ripe, the harvest came, abundant and overflowing. This is the sacred metaphor for visualization. You plant the vision in the fertile soil of the subconscious. You water it with feeling and belief. You nurture it with presence and action. And then you trust. Even when no shoots appear above ground, even when the outer world seems still, you hold the faith that the process is working, because it always is. Let me offer you this truth. Impatience is the energy of doubt, while patience is the energy of trust. When you become restless, when you question the timing, you send mixed signals to the subconscious and the universe. You say one thing but feel another. But when you trust the process, you align your energy with the certainty of inevitable unfolding. You step into the vibration of it is done, even before it has fully manifested. But trust is not always easy, especially in a world that rewards speed and instant gratification. The mind wants results now. It demands evidence. But the law of visualization operates beyond the mind's timeline. The subconscious and the quantum field respond to the energy you hold, not the time you demand. And when you let go of the need to control the timing, you open the space for divine orchestration. Consider the baker preparing bread. She kneads the dough, prepares the ingredients, but she does not rush the rise. She trusts the yeast, the warmth, the process. She knows that forcing the rise too soon will ruin the bread, so she waits, allowing the invisible forces to work. This is the same with your visualization. You prepare, you align, you act, and then you allow. But trust does not mean inaction. It means aligned action, followed by surrender. You do what is yours to do, and then you release the outcome to the universe. You trust that the vision is unfolding, even when the outer world shows no signs. And in that space of trust, miracles happen. Let me remind you, trusting the process is the final ingredient in manifestation. Without it, your visualization becomes tainted with doubt. But with trust, the energy remains pure, magnetic, alive. The universe responds to trust as it does to faith. It moves to meet you, bringing the unseen into form at the perfect time. So, hold the vision, take the aligned actions, watch for synchronicities, and then trust the process. Let the universe do its part. Let the subconscious weave its magic. Your desire is on its way, even when you cannot yet see it. Sacred practice, the trust and release ritual. After completing your visualization, place your hands gently over your heart and speak aloud. I trust the process. My vision is unfolding in perfect timing. It is done. Feel the energy of release. Allow any tension or impatience to melt away. Visualize your desire as a seed planted in rich soil. Imagine it growing beneath the surface, even when unseen. Throughout your day, when impatience arises, return to this feeling of trust. Breathe deeply. Reaffirm. It is happening. I trust the process. Trust is the fertile ground. The process is unfolding. Chapter 13. Gratitude as Amplifier, multiplying the power of your visualization. There is a hidden law, as ancient as the stars, that those who give thanks for what they have, even before it manifests, multiply their blessings. Gratitude is not merely a feeling. It is an energetic frequency that resonates with the vibration of abundance, completion, and fulfillment. When you infuse your visualization with gratitude, you supercharge it, aligning yourself with the reality you seek to create. The law of visualization becomes infinitely more potent when paired with gratitude, for it is this force that confirms to the universe, "I have received, I am aligned, it is done." You see, gratitude is the ultimate act of faith. It is the confirmation that your vision is real, that you trust in its unfolding, that you are aligned with the energy of its completion. When you visualize and then give thanks for what you have visualized, as if it is already yours, you send a powerful signal to the subconscious mind and the universe that your vision is already in motion. This signal accelerates the manifestation, for the universe responds to the vibration of completion, not lack, and gratitude is the vibration of completion. Consider the story of Rosa, a woman who longed to heal her body from chronic illness. She visualized daily, seeing herself vibrant, healthy, full of life. Yet, she noticed her thoughts often drifted toward what was missing, what she lacked. Her visualizations became tinged with longing rather than certainty. One day, a healer shared a sacred truth. Give thanks for your healing as if it is already done. Rosa began to pair her visualization with gratitude. She saw herself dancing, laughing, moving freely, and she gave thanks for this reality as if it was already her own. Slowly, her energy shifted from desiring to receiving, from longing to celebrating. And as her vibration lifted, her body responded, her healing unfolded. This is the power of gratitude. It is the fertilizer that nourishes the seed of your visualization. It is the amplifier that magnifies the signal you send into the universe. Gratitude moves you from a state of lack into a state of abundance, and when you feel abundant, the universe reflects abundance back to you. Let me offer you this truth. Gratitude collapses time. It brings the future vision into the present moment, aligning you with the vibration of already received. The subconscious mind, when it hears your gratitude, assumes the vision is complete. And because the subconscious creates based on your dominant vibration, it moves to align your outer reality with this inner completion. But gratitude must be genuine. It cannot be forced or hollow. It must rise from within, from the heart, from the knowing that your vision is already real in the invisible realm. And the more you practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to feel it fully, to let it permeate your visualizations, your actions, your life. Consider gratitude as the sunlight to your visualization seed. Without it, the seed remains dormant, waiting for the warmth that encourages it to sprout. With gratitude, the seed awakens, begins to grow, reaches toward the light. Your vision, when bathed in gratitude, becomes alive, magnetic, unmistakable in its power. Let me remind you, the universe mirrors your state of being, and gratitude is the state of completion. When you give thanks for what is coming as if it has already arrived, you become the magnet for its arrival. This is not a trick of the mind. It is the alignment of your energy with the frequency of manifestation. But gratitude is also the antidote to doubt. When impatience or uncertainty creeps in, when the outer world tempts you to question the process, return to gratitude. Give thanks again for your vision, as if it is already real. This simple act recenters you, realigns you, reinvites the universe to flow toward you. Consider the musician who finishes a performance and receives applause. She does not wait for the audience's response to feel gratitude. She feels it in the act of playing, in the expression of her art. So too must you feel gratitude in the act of visualizing, not waiting for the outer world to confirm your vision, but confirming it within yourself. Sacred practice. The gratitude amplification ritual. After your visualization, place your hands over your heart and speak aloud or silently. Thank you. I am grateful for this reality. It is done. Feel the gratitude rise from within. Let it fill your chest, your breath, your being. Imagine your vision wrapped in golden light, nourished by your thankfulness. Throughout your day, whenever you think of your vision, pause and say, "Thank you. I receive this with gratitude." This amplifies your visualization, multiplying its power, hastening its arrival. Chapter 14. Completion and Celebration. Sealing the energy of your vision. There is a profound power in the act of completion, a sacred closing of the circle, a sealing of the energy that has been summoned, shaped, and carried. In the ancient rites of creation, no vision was left open-ended, no prayer unanchored. Instead, the final act was always a celebration, a recognition that the work was done, the seed was planted, the harvest was assured. The law of visualization is no different. To truly anchor your vision into the fabric of reality, you must complete the energetic cycle with celebration, with a joyful acknowledgement that your desire is already fulfilled. This act of completion seals the energy, amplifies the signal, and invites the universe to respond in kind. To celebrate is to declare the vision done. It is to align your emotions, your body, your energy with the state of fulfillment. It is the final note in the symphony of creation, the vibration that echoes out into the quantum field, affirming, "It is done, it is mine. I rejoice in its arrival." The subconscious mind hears this note, feels this completion, and moves to bring the outer world into harmony with this inner certainty. Consider the story of Javier, a man who longed for financial freedom. He visualized consistently, aligned his beliefs, acted in faith. Yet, something seemed incomplete, as if the vision hovered just out of reach. A mentor offered him the missing key. Celebrate your vision as if it has arrived. Javier began to end each visualization session, not with longing, but with celebration. He danced. He laughed. He gave thanks. He felt the joy of arrival as if the money, the freedom, the abundance were already his, and in this act of completion, the energy shifted. The vision no longer felt distant. It felt present, alive, real. And the outer world responded, aligning with the vibration of joyful fulfillment. This is the sacred power of celebration. It moves your visualization from the realm of desire to the realm of possession. When you celebrate, you send a message to the universe that your vision is no longer a wish, it is a reality. And the universe, ever responsive, mirrors this state of being. But celebration is not just an emotional act. It is a physical embodiment of your vision fulfilled. It is the dance, the smile, the gratitude, the movement that tells every cell of your body, "We have arrived." This is the final act that anchors the vibration of your visualization into your body, your mind, your life. Let me offer you this truth. Celebration is the language of abundance. Those who celebrate signal to the universe that they are aligned with receiving. Those who hold back their joy, waiting for proof, delay the manifestation. But those who rejoice in advance, who complete the cycle with celebration, invite the universe to flow through them abundantly. Consider the athlete who raises their arms in victory before crossing the finish line, the artist who feels the joy of creation before the masterpiece is complete. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is the vibration of completion, the signal of readiness. But celebration must be authentic. It cannot be forced or hollow. It must rise from within, from the certainty that your vision is unfolding. And the more you practice celebration, the more natural it becomes to live in the state of fulfillment. Let me remind you, completion seals the vision. It closes the energetic loop, anchoring your visualization into the now. Without this final step, the energy remains open, unfinished. But with celebration, you bring the process full circle, inviting the universe to meet you in the joy of manifestation. Sacred practice, the celebration ritual. At the end of each visualization session, stand, move, smile, dance, whatever feels natural to celebrate your vision fulfilled. Speak aloud. Thank you. It is done. I celebrate this reality now. Feel the joy in your body. Let it rise, let it flow. Let this celebration be the final note that seals your visualization, the vibration that anchors it into the fabric of your life. And throughout your day, whenever you think of your vision, pause for a moment of celebration. Smile, give thanks, feel the joy of its arrival. Completion is power. Celebration is the seal. Conclusion. Living the vision, becoming the creator of your reality. The journey we have walked together is not one of mere learning, but of awakening. From the first seed planted in the soil of visualization, through the nurturing of emotion, the fortifying of belief, the alignment of presence, the unfolding of action, and the sealing of celebration, you have walked the sacred path of the Creator. You have learned not just to see your vision, but to become it. And now you stand ready, not as someone who hopes, but as someone who knows. Someone who creates. Let me offer you this eternal truth. The power is within you. It has always been there, waiting for your recognition. The visions you hold are not fantasies or idle dreams. They are blueprints of potential, sacred instructions whispered by your soul. The law of visualization is the key that unlocks these blueprints, guiding them from thought into form, from idea into experience. But the law is not a formula. It is a living rhythm, a dance between you and the universe, a co-creation that unfolds through alignment, trust, and presence. You have learned to visualize with clarity, to feel with intensity, to believe with certainty, to act with alignment, to trust the process, to read the signs, to celebrate completion. These are not isolated steps. They are the strands of a sacred web woven together into the tapestry of your reality. Each thread strengthens the others. Each practice amplifies the whole. And when you live this web of creation, you no longer wait for life to happen. You become the architect of it. But let me remind you, creation is ongoing. There is no final destination, no point at which you have arrived. Life is a continuous unfolding, a constant birthing of new desires, new visions, new manifestations. The tools you have gathered here are yours to use again and again, in every season, with every dream. They are the foundation of your creative power, the sacred practices that will guide you as you expand into new realms of possibility. You will face moments of doubt, of forgetting, of slipping back into old patterns. This is the nature of the human journey. But now, you carry the remembrance of who you are, the creator, the visionary, the embodiment of your desires. And in these moments of forgetting, you will return. You will reclaim your vision, reignite your belief, realign your presence, and resume the dance. This is the journey, not a straight line, but a spiral of expansion and return, each cycle deepening your mastery. Consider the river flowing toward the sea. It twists and turns, encountering obstacles, sometimes slowed, sometimes swift, but it never doubts its destination. It trusts the flow, it carries its vision of the sea within, and it moves forward with certainty. So, must you continue to flow, holding your vision in the current of your life, knowing that every step, every action, every moment brings you closer to its realization. You have been given the keys. You are the visionary, the vessel, the creator. The universe responds to your vibration, to the energy you hold, to the vision you carry. And as you continue to visualize, to embody, to act, to celebrate, you become the living example of the law of visualization in motion. But this journey is not just for you. As you create your reality, as you step fully into your power, you become a beacon for others. Your alignment, your abundance, your joy radiate outward, inspiring those around you to awaken their own creative power. This is the ripple effect of manifestation. The way in which your vision not only transforms your life, but touches the world. Let me offer you this final invitation. Live the vision. Do not wait for the outer world to confirm your dreams. Be the confirmation. Walk as the embodiment. Speak from the energy. Move in alignment with the life you are creating, and trust that the universe, ever faithful, will mirror your state of being, bringing the unseen into the seen, the imagined into the real. This is not the end. It is the beginning of your mastery. The tools are yours, the power is yours, the vision is yours to carry. Final sacred practice, the embodiment of creation. Each morning, stand before the mirror, look into your eyes, the windows of the soul, and speak aloud. I am the creator of my reality. My vision is alive. I am aligned. It is done. Let these words become the anchor of your day, the vibration that guides your steps. Revisit your visualization, feel its power, align with its frequency, and walk as its embodiment. And each night before sleep, reflect, did I live my vision today? Celebrate your alignment, forgive your forgetting, and recommit to the dance of creation. You are the creator. The vision is alive. The universe responds. It is done. Thank you for walking this sacred path. May your visions flourish, your creations multiply, and your life overflow with the beauty of your becoming. If this awakened something within you, like, subscribe, and join me on the path of limitless creation.